Hello, my friends. I'm so glad you're here for another live. We are winding down on our month of lives, and I know that I'm going to miss this 3 times a week, but I am going to be going live once a week. Haven't decided on the day yet, but it'll probably be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So I will keep you posted. In fact, let me know which is the best day for you. I am all in for hearing your vote on that. 4 o'clock Eastern works the best for me. I get good lighting. Kids are out of school, so I actually live on a school route. So I don't have to hear all that during the day. It's just a quieter time of day for me. So I'm going to keep it at that time. But let me know if Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday works for you. So let's get into today's content because this is one of the most common problems that I think all of us experience, and from one at one time or another. It's a big struggle, and that is letting go of things. And I think there's a lot of reasons why it happens and a lot of psychology behind it. Because I know you've watched the videos, some of my most popular videos, and I know of other people that create similar content. They get thousands, hundreds of thousands of views, sometimes millions of views on how to declutter, what to get rid of. You know what to do, but then when you get in front of your closet, you open it up, you pull the things out, and 5 minutes later, you're like, "This is too much. I'm putting it all away." And you wrap it all back up and put everything away. We've got a lot of people coming in the chat. Let's go say hi real quick. Hello, Tammy. You're on time. I'm so glad you made it. Thank you for joining me today. We've got Chris. Hello. This is Chris from Northeastern PA. I'm also in PA, so I'm glad that you're here. Beth, hi. Good to see you again. And Lori, hello from California. I'm glad you could join us. And we also have Grace. Grace here. Hello. Glad you could be here. So we're talking about how to get rid of what we have in our closet that is no longer serving us. Oh, we've got somebody from Sicily. Hello. Thank you for joining us from all the way across the world. Glad you're here. So why does this keep happening over and over again? Uh, I want you to know that you are not alone. This is a worldwide struggle for all of us women. We just can't seem to part with things. And like I said, it actually has nothing to do with your clothes. It's the psychology behind it. And I want you to feel like you are welcome to um, chime in on the chat. Feel free to make comments. I like to keep this a back and forth conversation. We don't wait till the end. If there's something you want to say that I'm talking about, feel free to put it in the comments. I'll glance over every once in a while and comment back. So we've got a few more. We've got Marcy from Canada. Hello. We've got Bad Mama from Texas. I need help in my brain on getting rid of my clothes. I live in Ohio, so I see all 4 seasons are in my closet at all times. I have way too much. Okay, this is exactly what we're going to talk about today. Oh, and Michelle said it's beautiful in sunny Indiana. Glad to see it. Teresa from Queens, New York. Glad to see you as well. Thank you so much for everyone for popping in today. So now let's talk about why we are holding on to these clothes, because like I said, it has nothing to do at all with the clothes themselves. They are just the surface. And once we peel back the layer and find out why we're doing it, it actually makes it a lot easier to figure out, oh, okay, this is my problem and I can see past this now. And I have a perfect example of this. I moved 2 years ago from being in Southern California. In California, we were in Northern California for a long time in the San Francisco Bay Area. Then we moved to Southern California and moved after 20 years, we moved back to Pennsylvania. And I had an absolutely gorgeous collection of Lilly Pulitzer clothes. I wore Lilly Pulitzer head to toe all the time, and it was really conducive to my lifestyle in California. We were outside all the time. There were always we lived right on a boat marina, so we had a little beach, we had access to Balboa Island, like, I could walk down the dock and walk my dog there. So, I was outside all the time, there were always cookouts and barbecues and friends getting together and outdoor events that involved boats, and we had lots of friends with boats. So, we were always doing lots of social activities, and my wardrobe was really conducive to that. The Lily Pulitzer vibe is that whole, Florida, Palm Beach, you're out and about and being seen, and it really worked for my Southern California lifestyle. But then we moved back, and I was a caretaker for my father. I was cleaning out the house I grew up in, and making way for our family to move here. And I noticed that I wasn't reaching for my Lily things. In fact, when I put them on, they felt like a costume to me. And the longer we were here, the less and less I reached for them. Even this spring, I'm the spring and summer when those vibes were around, all those bright colors people reach for in the spring and summer, I was not drawn to them. I just felt like that was California Nancy, and it just did not resonate with me here at all, not whatsoever. I've gotten rid of most of those clothes, and I haven't missed them. It was a hard decision to make, and I did it a little bit at a time. I sold most of those pieces on ThreadUp, but I don't miss them. They're not part of my life, and the clothes that I wear now really fit my current lifestyle. So that's the biggest thing I want you to think of is, are your clothes that you're holding on to, are they actually fitting your lifestyle, or are they of a version of you that you're missing or thinking of or think will come back again? So take that in mind. I see it a lot with women who have had really fabulous careers and been in the career industry for a very long time. And they don't wanna part with their blazers. Like, what if I have a meeting coming up? What if I need it for this? What if I have some board, special event? So, that is one reason why people are holding on to those clothes, and it could be there's like I said, there's so many reasons, just a different version of your life. Maybe you gained weight, or maybe you lost weight, and you're holding on to those other sizes thinking, "Oh, it'll come around." But what happens is you open your closet and you're looking at all of those things that no longer fit your life, and it's depressing because you might not even realize it, but you look in there and it's like, "Well, that doesn't fit. Well, that's old me. That's just oh, that's when I had those, meetings when I was a powerful woman in a business meeting." And it's not me anymore. I'm retired. I've got grandchildren. I play on the floor with them. I go to lunch once in a while with a friend. So you've got all these old decisions and old life choices sitting in your closet that no longer work for you. And you don't want to part with them because you think you're going to need them again at some point. Well, how about instead of holding on and seeing all of those pieces every single time you open your closet, what if you took them out? Like Tammy made a point a few minutes ago that she's got all 4 seasons, they're all in her closet. Can you take those non-seasonal pieces out of your closet, get some vacuum bags, store them under your bed, or buy some plastic tubs, put them either in your basement, your attic, a garage, a spare bedroom, because then you're not seeing them all the time. You're only seeing the clothes that fit your lifestyle today, that suit you now, and that you can actually put on because they make you feel good. Um, if you do that, that is going to clear up so much mental space. You will be so much happier without having to see clothes that don't fit, that aren't the right size. Maybe someday I'll get my butt in gear and lose some weight. Who wants to wake up in the morning and see all these regrets? Not me. So think about that. Let's take a look at some of these comments because the chat is going crazy here. Uh, Glad says, I just gave away a bag of clothes at H&M that no longer suit me. I got a voucher for a future purchase. That's great. It's been very warm in California, so my wardrobe is a bit off season, not to mention nothing fits. Darn weight gain. I just went through that. I did a video the other day. Uh, it came out yesterday where I went through and I tried on all of my clothes, and I have gained a couple pounds over the winter, but fortunately, I was able to get into the pants that I was concerned about. So that is always a problem too. Let's see. Why did you leave sunny California and to move to all four seasons in Pennsylvania? I've done a whole video on this, but I'm happy to tell you my mom had passed away. It'll be 9 years ago next month. And my dad, 2 years ago, got sick. And we came to see how he was doing. He was in the hospital. Turns out he was very sick. And uh, they put him on hospice. So I decided to just stay. My daughter was with me. We stayed and we took care of him along with my siblings while he was on hospice. And while we were taking care of him, we're like, well, what are we going to do with the house? We don't want to sell it. Nobody wanted to see this house go. We all love it. We have great memories growing up here. And my husband said, hey, the cost of living is a lot cheaper in Pennsylvania than it is in Newport Beach, California. Why don't we just buy the house and move here? So we decided that's what we were going to do. It was a big life change, but I feel like for our family, it was the right thing. And we're all very happy. Like I said, it has been a big life change, but we are happy. We've got a lot of family around us, and we're having fun discovering things that we used to be around in the past, kind of rediscovering them again. So that is the long and short of it. Um, let's see. I've gained a little too. I've been getting rid of things that don't fit. That's good. That's what you need to be doing. Um, I lost 25 pounds a couple years ago and had so much fun thrifting sundresses and things. I've had to donate all of it because the weight returned. Perimenopause and medications. Yes, I have gone through that. I lost about 65 pounds, I'm going to say about 4 years ago. And I've probably put about 40, 35 to 40 of it back on. So my goal is to get out more, spend a lot more time in the garden, just doing things I really love that make me more active naturally. I don't know if I want to go to the gym, but I do want to get out for more walks and just do things that make me feel active and happy with what I'm doing in my day. I actually live in three-piece PJs. Don't go anywhere. Tammy, we need you to get dressed. And Beth said, sorry for your loss. Thank you. We are coming up on 2 years in April that he's been gone. And um, yeah, I miss him every day. And I find myself talking to both my parents. My mom was a huge gardener, so I find myself talking to her while she's out in the garden. And I tell myself, why didn't I pay attention to you when you were telling me what all the plants were? And I was like, rolling my eyes, not wanting to pay attention. Now I wish I could grab her and say, what are these plants? Tell me, how did you take care of them? She had a very beautiful garden. So, that's just the way it is. And you kind of walk through the therapy on a daily basis with it. So I'm sure you're going through similar things, and it's not easy losing your parents. But here we are, and I'm surrounded by things that they have done every single day by having the fortune of living in the house I grew up in. So let's move on because I want to talk about clothes and helping you. On next Monday is going to be my live Q&A, and that'll be at 4 p.m. on Monday, and you can ask me anything. So put those things in the comments, and so that I can answer them. And not in the chat though, but if you put them in the comments, because they're going to go by fast, I'm not going to be able to catch them. If you put them in the comments afterwards, let me know what you want to ask me. And you can see I am an open book. Ask away. So let's talk. I have notes here. Let's talk about what I want to help you with, which is uh, clearing out those clothes that are weighing down your closet. So I think there are a few things that are keeping us stuck. The first one is the just in case pieces, and we just talked about them. What if I gain weight? What if I lose weight? What if this style comes back around again? What if I have this special occasion? I know I haven't had an occasion like this in 20 years, but what if I have a special occasion? I got to hold on to that for this. Those are some of the pieces we're hanging on to that are really weighing our closet down. Another one that after most of you are my age or older, you're 50 plus, maybe you're even in your 40s, but you've been around the block. That's what I'm saying. You've been around and you're holding on to a lot of pieces because you have a lifetime of clothes. And there's a lot of sentimental value that wraps up in clothes. It takes us back to a special event. Maybe it was, I don't know, a very important dinner out with your spouse, or a party that you went to that meant a lot to you. Or maybe you got a gift from somebody. There's a lot of sentimental value in clothes, and we tend to hold on to clothing like they're a scrapbook in our closet. Do you really want to open up your closet every day and look at a scrapbook of memories? Or do you want your closet to be clothes that fit you now, that work in your current life? And I totally understand this because all have so many wonderful memories from clothes. But maybe take pictures of them. Maybe keep the pictures that you had when you wore that item, and remember them that way, and give them a new life by donating them or selling them to someone who can actually use them today, and make a new life with those items. You don't need to keep those memories forever. Your closet was never designed to be a working scrapbook. It was meant to be a place to store the clothes that you wear now. The other thing I think is an issue that we have is that we have an identity gap. We don't really know who we're dressing for right now, because things were always kind of spelled out for us. Let's say, okay, you were a kid in school. You went with your parents, you bought your school clothes. You knew what the job of your school clothes were. And then you probably had play clothes that you changed into after school. Let me know in the chat if that was you, because we had that. You couldn't wear your fancy clothes for school to play outside. You had to switch into your play clothes for those days or for the weekend. And um, then we went to college and high school and college, and we just saw what our friends were wearing. We bought the in things. You went to college, you did that. You bought the in things to wear. You looked at magazines. So you were kind of on the radar all the time of what was in. And then when you became a parent, if you became a parent or you got a job, you you're pregnant, okay, you know what your uniform is, you're in maternity clothes. Then you have your kids and you're kind of in your mom clothes, and you dress the way the other moms dress. And if you've got a career, you know exactly what the uniform is for those career clothes and for your career wear. Now is the first time in your life you might be winding down on your career. You might be retired. You might be traveling, and all of a sudden it's like, who the heck am I? And what do I like to wear? And what am I supposed to wear? It's overwhelming. Well, guess what? Now is your time to really have fun with it. Figure out who you are. Figure out what your style words are and dress for your style words. And when you're bringing new pieces into your wardrobe, buy pieces that suit your life, that fit your style words, and that can be paired with at least 3 other items that you already have in your closet. Those are my very simple style rules. I can rattle them off any moment because I truly believe in these. And it will make figuring out who you are and what your style is all about much, much easier. In fact, I have a complete guide called the Style Refresh Blueprint, made for you if you are in this season of your life. It's a 77-page guide with worksheets that will ask these kinds of questions. What are your style words? Okay, now what we're going to do with those style words, how we're going to use them when we're going shopping, how we're going to fill in the spots of our wardrobe, how we're going to clean out our closets. And it walks you through everything. It's linked already down in the description. Um, and you're welcome to go check it out. It's a really helpful guide. In fact, I am going to be taking things a step further, which was not planning on announcing yet, but since we're all chatting like crazy, I'm going to announce it. Next Monday, I'm going to be launching another new program where it's consulting with me, where you fill out a form, you send me some pictures, and I kind of guide you through one-on-one what you need. I'll send you a video saying, hey, okay, here's what I'm seeing in your closet. Here's what will help if you need this. So it's going to be one-on-one personalized consultation. That's coming next Monday, so keep an eye out for it. But if you need something in the meantime, my Style Refresh Blueprint is down in the description. So let's take a look at the chat because it's been going crazy today. Yes, everybody loves the play clothes. We all have that play clothes thing. And Gina Marie says, thank you for being so kind and generous with your time and knowledge. Thank you, Gina Marie. You're always so pleasant in all of I feel like you are one of my top, most interactive viewers. So thank you so much for all your kind words. Laura says, love your channel. Thank you. When I take a selfie with the outfit, I really see what does not look good on me. And I learned totally today that cardigans don't like. Man, the camera doesn't lie, does it? And it can be brutal. School clothes, play clothes, church clothes. Yes, Beth, we all had those. School clothes and dresses. We had school clothes, house clothes. I had play clothes this day. If I go somewhere, then I got home in my comfy clothes. Yes. Or your mom worked part-time as a bookkeeper for a local Sears. You had those dresses from the catalog. You were very lucky. Along with that poodle-like Tony home perm, she gave you styling away the trauma. Man, there was nothing like the JCPenney or Sears catalog, and I had the perms too. Oh my. The dresses were sweaty, scratchy, and polyester. Yes, they were. British granddaughter has nursery pack clothes, good weekend wear. Yeah, I feel like we've all gone through that. It's so funny. All right. So now I also want to talk about, I was on that genre of why we're holding on to the clothes. The other thing that I think hangs a lot of us up, because we do like to spend money on good quality clothes. And then especially career women will spend money on very nice suits for their jobs. And you look at it and it's like, oh gosh, I spent so much money on these suits. I just can't part with them. But they got their use. What are they doing hanging in your closet for another 10 years, getting dated? Like, why? Sell them, donate them. I even have a cost per wear calculator. It's on my website. I don't know if it's in the description, but if you go to shoppingonchampagne.com and then go to tools, you'll see there's a cost per wear calculator. And it will tell you, let's say you wore that item, that expensive suit 100 times. The cost per wear on that thing is next to nothing. However, if you go and buy a $40 shirt and you wear it one time, no matter what, that shirt is always going to cost you $40, even though you think it was cheap, I got it at a deal, but you never wear it. So you always want to think about the cost per wear and are the clothes really working for you? And if you're no longer wearing them, what are they doing there? So I think that's another big hang up that we have to get over as women is that how much money you spent on something. And if it's not serving your life, what is it doing there? It's just the same thing with like fine china. If you never use it, why do you still hang on to it? So I think I'm looking ahead. I tend to blab ahead of time on my tangents, so some of this is already covered. I just gave myself notes to stay on track, and I'm trying to give you a very warm, gentle nudge on this, not a shove. If it were one of my sisters, I would be shoving. I'd be like, "What are you doing? Get rid of it." If you've seen me talk to my sister on, we've done a couple videos together, and she's retired, and I'm much more aggressive on giving her the shove that she needs because I know she'll understand where I'm coming from. And I just want to give you a gentle nudge to clear out those things because what I see is that on the other side of that clearing out process, you are going to be so much happier with your wardrobe and love getting dressed. You'll be like, wow, I didn't know I had all these great things in my closet. And it's because your closet is cluttered with all the things that are not serving you. And they're adding visual clutter, they're adding a hint of depression that you don't even realize. And it's just not a happy way to get dressed every day. I also have a tool that I linked in the description that is a decluttering tool, and it walks you step by step through. In fact, I'm going to pull it up here. It walks you. So here's my website, Shopping on Champagne. I have hundreds of articles on there, all kinds of style guides, and I have a keep or toss decluttering tool. So here it is. Should I keep it? Okay. You come here to should I keep it, and you just click this black button here that says, let's do this. Now, why isn't it working? Well, that's annoying. Well, I'm going to have to fix that because it's just not doing anything. So I will take care of that and you can go check it later. But it walks you through and asks you questions like, how long have you had this item? When do you wear it? When's the last time you wore it? What do you wear it with? Is it something you're drawn to? Do you like the colors? And it just takes you through the whole process so that you can figure out, is it something that you should actually have in your closet or not? So I will get that fixed. I'm sorry about that. Um, let's check in on the comments because I know those have been going. Okay. Where do you find quality clothing when fast fashion is everywhere and everything is so cheaply made? There are still a lot of really good quality brands out there. I do have a complete shopping guide. I will link it after this, and it's not a broken link. I can promise that. But I think it's an 11-page shopping guide, and it is organized by price point and by your style. So you can go check it out. And there's even some um, like certified B Corps on there, and they go through a very rigorous process to be a certified B Corp. They have to have like organically made products, limited, very narrow sourcing, organically made. They don't use bad factories, if there's a better word for it. Their manufacturing has a lot of really good ethical standards behind it. And I know Eileen Fisher is one of them, but there are quite a few others. Quince is another one I really believe strongly in. I'm wearing Quince today. Uh, that focus on natural fibers, quality craftsmanship, and pieces that will stand up for a long time. So I will link that after this call, that whole list that I made. And let's see. When my father passed away, he had beautiful business suits. We donated them to a local college for seniors to interview. This would work for women also. Made my mother feel so good. Yes, I agree. That is wonderful that you did that. And I'm sure that your father would have appreciated knowing that that's where his clothes went as well. I love Talbots. They're size exclusive. I require petite. Doesn't Talbots have petites? I thought they did. And Pendleton is a great site. Yes, thank you for those ideas. Those are really good. So, when you're feeling stuck and you're feeling overwhelmed, what I want you to do is take some action a little bit at a time. Instead of saying, okay, this weekend I'm going to conquer my entire closet, that can be so overwhelming. What if you said, you know what? Today I'm going to go through my socks. I'm just going to get rid of all the onesies that are, missing a sock. And I'm going to make sure everything is paired, that I don't have anything with runs in them, holes in them. And then tomorrow I'm going to go through my shirts. Just the shirts that are hanging up, my shirts and blouses, just those. And start chopping off just a little bit at a time and give yourself like 10 to 15 minutes, no more than that, and be done with it. Don't go thinking, I'm going to pull everything out of my closet and uh, pull it all out, put it all on my bed, feel completely overwhelmed and not know where to go. So when I'm cleaning out, I actually, on the other side of you, I have a stack of things that I'm going to donate. I have another stack of things that I'm going to sell. And they're just from the purge that I did in the past week or so. And I still have a few more things that I want to go through. But I like to take it a little bit at a time in doses that I can manage. So just hit one classification. You'll feel so much better. You will have made progress. And to me, progress towards the goal seems much better than thinking about it for weeks, feeling overwhelmed, and not doing anything. So I feel like I have been on a soapbox all day. Let me take one more look at your comments. We are rounded out at about a half an hour. And don't forget, we have just 3 more lives this month. We have actually 2 more. We have Friday that's going to be shopping mistakes. Then Monday is our live Q&A. And I've been so much enjoying doing this with you and interacting with you and seeing where you are and what your needs are. Because that's my goal, is to just help you with your closet. That is what I am here to do. Help you have a wardrobe that you love, so you love getting dressed every single day. So let's look at these last few comments. Yes, Chris says, yes, Talbot's has regular plus, petites, and petite plus. Yeah, they're very size inclusive. Quince also has varying lengths, and they have a plus section, not as wide in the selections as Talbot's. I think J. Jill has a pretty good selection. There are a lot of companies that are much more size inclusive. Athleta, Old Navy, they've got a lot of talls in there too. So I'm going to put that link in the description that gives you all the shopping, my favorite shopping lists. And I bet there's a lot of them that you haven't even heard of before that are on the list. The Preppy Gigi, hi Preppy Gigi, says, I buy really nice things on ThredUp, sales, or even thrifting, and dress in much more quality wear than I did when I made corporate money. That is great to hear. This has been so much fun and very helpful. Thank you, Beth. And hi from Scotland. I tidied up my wardrobe alongside you yesterday. Thank you. I'm so glad you did that. I'm so glad it was inspiring for you. And that's why I do what I do every day, hoping that it will inspire you like that. Gail in West Sussex, sorry I'm late. That's okay. I wish we had Quince in the UK. I am pushing for it. I tried. Now, I know that they've moved into Canada, which I'm very glad about. So hopefully they'll be coming to you soon as well. The only drawback with Talbots is that they make the pants in plus sizes shorter than the regular Mrs. sizes, and they already have plus and petite. I am not plus and shorter. I'm plus and tall. Oh, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of ride the cusp between a regular size and a plus size, but the plus size doesn't always fit me. I have it in My weight is in my stomach, not in my hips. And plus sizes tend to be way too uh, thick, full in the thigh and hip area for me. I look ridiculous a lot of times. So I wish we had quince in Italy. Yes, I am pushing for quince everywhere because I actually really love their products. Um, so, any other things, comments? If you're interested, don't forget to check out the Style Refresh Blueprint. It's down in the description. And I hope that you've learned something today. Thank you so much for joining me. I love seeing you. Stay gorgeous, and I'll see you in the next live.